It's Week 15 of the National Football League, and we've got the Dolphins' sure-handed tight end. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Dolphins and the Bengals, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn. To my left, Charles Davis. And Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They were losers last time out, but winners of 7 of 9 prior to that. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Kicker, that's Cameron Dicker, set to get us started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a look here at the veteran under center, their 7th-year quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Murphy running straight ahead. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
And a rushing title is definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Dolphins at 10-3 on the year, and they come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Back to throw again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are on the board first here this afternoon.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a 1st down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the 1st down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they'll be led out by their 8th-year quarterback.
We saw something last week you don't see very often. Team loses, but the quarterback, the trigger man, Offensive Player of the Week in the AFC. That's pretty impressive.
You rarely see that. Of course, don't worry, folks. He said the obligatory, I would have traded that for a victory any day of the week.
Yeah, no doubt about it, but still, he must have played awfully well to win it when his team lost.
Throwing to start the drive. Fisher. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. You talk about this Miami defense. They were terrific last week against Buffalo in that victory.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This is 2nd and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Lamb. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On first down, it's Griffin. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Griffin. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 22. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Dolphins offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And here we are in the month of December with his name sitting atop the leaders in rushing yards as the season nears its end. Strong finish here in the final stretch of games could earn him the crown. This one complete to Smallwood. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a give here to Murphy. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, Murphy again. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. They'll set up a throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back and He's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. They'll go with Murphy here on 1st down. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now here's Murphy. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great play there with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these 2 teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Now he'll try to run with this. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. They'll run on 1st down. It's Griffin, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. From the gun on third down, Fisher. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. Miami's offense set and ready to go. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll look to throw here on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Here's a 2nd and 5. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll look to throw. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bengals offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB. The Bengals drive about to get going. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Griffin. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. And the Bengals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Now back to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a hit and a loose football. And it looks like the defense has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They go play action here on 1st down. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively at 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. That is caught. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Wide open receiver complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Back to throw. Fisher. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on third down, Fisher escaping the pressure right. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Back to throw now on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late-season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. For the Bengal offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Operating from the gun, Fisher. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Operating from the gun, Fisher. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner. And I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give them a good 10 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's had a knack for finding the end zone all season long. His numbers reflect that. Here we are in the month of December, and he sits atop the NFL leaderboard in terms of rushing touchdowns. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Brought him a little extra space. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 4. They'll drop to throw. This one complete to Smallwood. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's Murphy again. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And they'll get to him right away at the 40. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Griffin. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Griffin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Up the middle they go. Everett. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Griffin. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Bengals get a bit closer.
Previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Ready? 19, Tiger, 19,
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Up the middle they go. It's Griffin, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Fisher. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Extra point up and good by Dicker, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. That'll be a 41-yard. Just one 1 yard on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll find Everett there, complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Back to throw. Fisher. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Fisher throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
Okay, guys, so I've called cover 3 seams. The last 2 plays. Where did the last 2 fucking balls get completed? Right in the seams.
Tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Lamb will go in motion. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Down to the 25. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 13-yard line.
It's funny, I don't know how long you've been watching me play Madden, but number 80 on the Bengals, last name is Ward. He was actually on my team for a very, very, very long time. I don't know, very long time. 2 or 3 years, actually. But he was my number 1 receiver for a little bit. And he kind of sat down in the storyline. He wanted all these touches, and he was all mad and everything, so I traded him. And he's done fucking nothing.
Calling a gain of a couple,
since he's been with the Bengals, he's done nothing.
About 5.
Like he's like his best years were with me, and then he was whining.
Doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try and run the option, and nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They'll start the drive with Murphy. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Now 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here. This one complete to Smallwood. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a first down.
Like, literally all of my receivers are hurt. Like, all of them. I think I have 2 receivers left.
A shotgun handoff to Murphy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They run again here with Murphy. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line. Murphy going to try the right side. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. And with that last run, that's going to move him over 1,000 yards rushing now for the year. So a nice milestone to hit in what has been an exceptional season on the ground. On the handoff, it's Murphy. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Now they try the right side here. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. The decision is to decline it and not give him the down back.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, "We don't think you can get the first down against our defense by that decision."
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. They'll look to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Second down and inches. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Miami, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.